Hello folks, I'm back with another video. Um, I just got through making a video for crewing for power for augment hostels. You can see that in my YouTube channel. I'm about to make one for a loot crew deal. So, but between that time, I need to do some G6 armadas and some other things. Plus, one of my neighbors is being pretty noisy next door, so I'm waiting till that thing kind of settled down a little bit. So we're gonna crank up the gym and do some G6 armadas to begin with, and then I'll start a recording for the video and cut the stream off. And you'll see me do this a little bit later, though. Okay, now I need to load my board cube with my armada group. So we're gonna go up into, and we need to do Q's trials as well. Now they're saying they're having issues with Q's trials right now, but I'll shoot down on them. Okay, we need to go into 68 system. Yeah, that's right. Making sure that I ain't not going the wrong. I don't want to waste jump juice. Because we may do a rare here in a minute too. If we got it. Okay. Gosh, I hit the hostile. I didn't mean to do that. It's so easy to do. Alright, we'll speed it up. I'll pop this one. But here lately, because my crew member's so high, we're doing so much damage early that it's not completely. That one did. Let's see. Let's do this one too. Okay, I'm looking at the best way to do these. I'm hoping one will spawn while we're in here. But let me see. I gotta see if I can. I don't have my deal in yet. So anyway, this is what I've been doing all day. I've been playing with. I found a pretty good um, crew for power now in there. I can do like 120, 68 hostiles in that system. So that grind for the reputation is going to go quicker. Okay, let's go there. Pop. Pop. Speed up. Oh, there's a rep event going on. That's right. I don't know how much I'm going to do with that this time. I'm tired for what. It gets old for it being every week. You know, when it was every once in a while, it was pretty cool. But every week it gets kind of old. They keep running certain events. In my opinion, they're running some events in ground, and that's one of them. I wish I could just mix some stuff up every once in a while. a 69 Explorer. Oh, come on. Okay, there's one that popped up. Let's go ahead and get it. Oh, we had 2 more spawn up. We can get 2 more of these if we hurry. I'm gonna forget about the beam crap. That's the first time I've ever seen this dude in channel. I always thought he was somebody's alt account. But I've never seen him actually say anything in channel before. I never thought he was a real player or not. I don't know if I'll have enough hull health to do that next one. That's cool that they're spawning faster at least. Where you didn't have to make multiple trips. I want to try one more. Might be foolhardily, but now if I live through this, I'm going to take a peek into the rare system. Set course. I want to see if I can get a peek to how many rares I got, because I got a rare pull to do. And this will save me from sending another ship up here to see if I got directives. Because that's the one thing you can't do with your NX-01 is you can't go up here and you can peek, but you can't really see how much you got here. After I get this pull, when I do these pulls here, I will have what I need. I don't know whether we can possibly earn another pull, but it's worth a shot. But anyway, so your channel, say hi, let me know what server you're on, and what else stuff is on.
Shadow of the stars, he attacks the crowd. War cries echo the empire's might, destruction and glory in the dead of night. Through the darkness, the engines roar, slicing through the void forever. Seeking more with a fierce resolve, he charts his fate. The honor of the empire never too late. War cries echo, fury
So I was surprised this guy's real. I should let it die. He's making a lot faster. Let's just stomp it. Maybe I'll get lucky and get in on it.
With cloaked intentions, a tide feels strange. Captain Jack Spade on quest for pride.
Yeah, I meant him. Don't just let it die.
There's nowhere to hide.
Maybe I can get a beam out of it.
Through the stars, he weaves a tale of dread. In the heart of battle where only legends tread. War cries thunder as the engines blaze. Captain Jack Spade in a deadly
I might be stronger than that.
in the void between stars, his legacy will grow. Until forged in war, lets the legends flow.
No, I'm.
With every conquest, the empire stands
Okay,
tall.
now we can
In the wake of its wrath,
get the other
they
two.
fear his call.
Excuse me.
War cries echo, dark shadows loom in the heart.
I still randomly cough every once in a while from pneumonia.
Captain Jack Spade with vengeance in his grasp. A fierce warrior's might, no thing left to clasp. It's a common thing to claim the throne with the empire's power forever that we know. War cries thunder as enemy ships fall in the realm of
what it's got.
storm. He stands proud
We'll
in
look to see what's in there. Now we gotta change the crew.
once in battle, his spirit attained. Rising from the ashes, his legacy names in the depths of the content of fury nights. Captain Jack Spade ready for advice. War cries echo, vengeance unleash. In the dark of night, his power increase.
Leave Odo in here.
Steel against steel, the voice starts to shake. With each strike he lands, the darkness will break. In the chaos of war and of the day, to cross north of the memories lead a night. Red is one, the all speed breeze, in there and the tide, show no spare and creation. These will pass, will pop wars, each and each. They strike like a storm, bringing darkness to lights. Captain Jack Spade, the legends proclaim. With the warrior's heart, he's forever untamed.
We just need
Beneath
this
the
one just to swap
holograms,
to help
his
boost
spirit
that one.
ignites. In the fury of combat, he takes to the heights. War cries echo, the stars bleed red. In the wake of this fight, with the fear is dread.
Gosh, I don't think I did it full, did I? Yeah, I did. Excuse me. No. One of them's not going to even get charged up all the way. That's the one I'm going to send to the next system to see what the heck's in there. This one here I'm going to pop two. Okay, that one is... Call him. And I'm going to use this other key to go into this new system that's up here. They put some new system. They put a new system in here that's the 70 right here that has those transports in. I'm wondering what's in here. Are there transports in here as well? I know these right here are unkillable, for me at least. You gotta have a tiered out epic ship. It's kind of crap. Excuse me, it's kind of crappy that they would. I don't know. Maybe I've never been in this system. It didn't have anything in it. Okay, this has got broken Explorer parts in it. Alright, let's send it home. I may have just never went into it because it didn't have the Armada stuff in it. But they did bring it, they did put new 70 systems in each of the faction states. It has these 70 transports in it. And unless you have a tiered out cube or tiered out epic ship, you can't do anything against them. And I mean nothing against them. I'm dead before I can even do a shot. My friend who's Krishna, I think it's probably at least 2 tiers higher than mine. He was able to do a slight damage against it, but mine doesn't even record a shot. It's stupid because I'm the one who initiated the deals. You have some kind of ability that delays your guns, I guess. I don't know. I'll try to set a couple of different things. I'm gonna try this Apex Shred crew that I just the one I have in my video. But I could pick that up there and see if that was really no dice as well. Yeah, I didn't think of that, but I got enough for maybe the next time this stuff rolls around, I might be able to do a double pull. You got 1 day speed up for 1 hour. Dude, this is great. Wish we would have got some Blackish planes, but I got to make one of these tools today, and I got 100 mirror killer shards, so it was enough to allow me to cheer up, but this Tiger Strikes again. Where's it upgrade? I only need 43,000 liquid trillium D. And you see, I'm very low. I got to do some mining and stuff in there. Doesn't make me happy after engaging that. Not at all. I'm not real happy with after engaging. Since I haven't been doing much building, I've actually stored up a bunch of speed up from before, so I haven't had to go up anywhere. This is the only thing I got building right now. And that's a bulk thing for those things. So I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to do not all of them, I'm going to do a few of them. If I decide to, let's see how close I get on another upgrade. I got one now, but that's not one I really want to do yet. I'd rather see if I can. I got the impulse speed one. I want to see if I can get enough parts for one of my guns here. I'd rather do the gun before the impulse. I'm so close to 14. But the sad thing is, I don't have another chair open until it's completely tiered out at 85. And when this gets back, we're going to do something. We're going to switch gears. I'm going to try this and see if this works. I haven't tried this before, not on this setup at least. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to record a deal for my YouTube while I'm streaming. And luckily this one will let you separate it, like the one on my PC. When I started streaming, it would start the other one as well. This one will let you do it separately. But we're going to talk about loot cruise in the augment space. I was going to do it before. I was going to do it real quick and then come on the screen, but I think I'm going to have to do it the other way around because of how noisy my neighbors will be. Looks like they're done, whatever they want to do. Okay, so let's reorder my cruise. Captain Jack Spade, we're gonna earn our pay. Taking over the territory, we'll meet you there at DA. Jack Spade, here we go again. Jack Spade, and it's never gonna end. Okay, what I ended up doing, I ended up using the loot in the treasury to tear out Rami, and it also tear out 2 other officers. Kind of just did what would do me the most good type thing with it. Instead of like spending it all on one epic and only getting like 25 shards, or be more than that because I would got maybe 30 shards or 32, I think it was. I figured it out. But I was able to get over 100. I think it was like 130 by going epic. Going rare instead of epic. They got a PvP event going, so you got to be slightly quick because I'm not going to be using my big ship in the upcoming video. So we could get at somebody who decides they want to do some PvP with me. Captain Jack Spade, he's gonna crush your ships. Captain Jack Spade, he's gonna raid your base. Captain Jack Spade. So let's go ahead and put the Mirrorverse back in here. Captain Jack Spade, he's gonna raid your base. Once I get the little little Krechna up to another tier, I'm gonna be moving this crew out of the second cube and into my my second Krechna. I'll probably reverse these crews. Okay, which one am I in? Okay, I need to put that one there. Okay, confirm. We should be good to go, actually. Okay, now we go back to Rotarian. I'm just setting everything up right now. Turn the music all the way down. I'm getting tired. Don't know why. Okay, here we go. Okay, down with the music. Hello folks, we're here with another video. In the last video we did crewing for the augments for power. Now we're going to talk about loot crew and strategy of using the loot crew. Again, we're going to start with our meta PvE crew, which is, for me, is the Kirk brothers and Data. And I also could put the Janeway and the Doctor here if I wanted to, but they're pretty close in power. It seems like one of them does better in one hostile and one does better than the other. We'll see why here in a minute, especially on these type of hostiles. Okay, so now the way this whole we're going to go right to the chase. I'm going to go ahead and save that, and we'll come back to the crew here in a minute. And we'll talk. First, we're going to talk about strategy and the way that this Mr. Tiger set up this thing to where you basically have to grind in multiple systems to keep your refinery happy. So we got 3 different selections of loot that we can earn, and we also got 4 different redeems that we can do. And what that happens is it gives you rep in each one of those, and it gives you credits. And then you use the credits to go into these boxes here, and once you get that, you can go in here and hit these hostiles and get them. For me and my play style, the uncommon is the most important, even though it does not give me the most rep points. But the officers that are in that package are more important to me than the other ones. Though, the epic, I've got my Gwen DeMarco and him. I really need, now with this whole new thing that we found out in the last video, I need to tier him up too. So basically, in Mr. Tiger's world here, I need epic and I need uncommon. But I'm going to show you how to get all 4 of them. Let's go into augment space now. I don't know. Let's see. Augment space is way over here. I was doing G6 Armada before I started the video. Neighbors were making noise. I had to wait till they stopped. Okay, sound like they were hammering or something, so it wouldn't be distracting in the video. So what we got made up of here. So as you get to the 70 system, it's going to have the most heavy amount of epic. And once you get to the 60 system, well, we missed some out here. Where's it at? 658, 60. Okay, 60. Up until 60, then you start maxing out on your rare, and then it kind of goes from big time rare to bigger time epic that way. And here from the, I guess that's 50. From the 50 space to the 60 space, it starts switching from uncommon to rare. And the same thing here, like all these systems, I think below the 40 right here, are all common. So to keep that done, what my strategy has been going is I've been using my junker ship, which we'll switch it to it real quick. We'll switch to it really quick. Let's go right here. And the big thing about the junker, I need to go there. I need to go out. The big thing about the junker is the huge cargo bay it has. And doing doing the common, you can grind this out using this loot crew and fill this entire thing with nothing but common. Then you don't have to do it very often. That's the strategy I've been using for it. And then I've been going up to the go back into that system. I accidentally clicked on my ship a while ago, and it took me back to. So what I've been doing is I've been going to the 40 system, loading up with common loot, and then I've been going into the 56 system to grind uncommon and rare. And then I've been, for like getting all the rep I can get to it, I've been either going in this system with my cube or this one here with my Kretschna, the 66 and the 68. And which of course this is going to be more epic heavy. It's also going to give you a decent amount of rare in both of those. So the way he set this up so you can get the most pulls out of this system, you're going to have to grind in multiple systems. And that's going to vary on how strong your ships are and how good your crews are. Like for me, the crew that my power crew, I can go hit like 120 of, not, wait a second, wrong ship, wrong system. I can hit about 120 68s with my Kretschna. About 128, 130, somewhere in that one. Now, if I take my cube in here, I'm doing about 65, 65 or so. I haven't tried the new crew in it, so it might be a total different ball game. And but if I'm going with a loot crew, it's going to be a shorter amount. I might do 42, 40, something like that. And pretty much when I go in the 40 system, the loot crew with the ship I'm using is more than enough. I can do that until I fill the ship. So there's no issues there. But again, reason why you're going to have to do all that is the store. And like I said, you're going to need the loot from all four of these and the reputation boost that it has, because this is a killer grind, guys. I know it's people who finished it, but it's a killer grind. It really is. This is one of the worst grinds in the game, but it does have its perks. Like I said, it's a really good way to acquisition these officers, either in the packs themselves. Whoops, wrong thing. That's the loot. Let's see, here we go. In the packs themselves, you can see you got all these. These are all your PvP officers pretty much, except for Alonzo Freeman. But you got your strike team, you got your lower decks, you got your mirror crew in here. So for me as a player, this one is the most important one. And then the epic. And then you've got the three other things you have to deal with. And the other thing you have to deal with. Then you got the other thing you have to deal with in here, and it's the reputation and the level of reputation. I've already hit past the new first two. The first one was Patreon. I did that in a couple of days. And this past weekend, I went over into the Avenger, where I'm at right now. The next one is Superior, and that's like the goal because it unlocks half of a bunch of stuff. It unlocks where you can get his shards. It also unlocks these missions for Khan, which also unlocks stuff for your shuttle, your away mission stuff. So they tied this up there, but the biggest thing is why you want to do it also is in each of these you get these tokens, and you can imagine they scale up until you get 185 per draw with that one. So what that does is it unlocks shards, and one that you don't see here is because I already tiered her out, so she was not in here, is Janeway. I see. To me, it's a hard decision right now. Now I see how valuable this guy right here is doing these augment ones, and probably any hostile in the future. He's pretty massive with his apex barrier boost on here. And of course, Gwen DeMarco, I think she's probably one of the best officers in the game. And so you get tokens, and you can go in here and redeem them as many as you want. Like I said, I had 50 left to get Janeway, so I used the first, I guess it was the first day's worth of pulls, which I was able to do. I was able to do all 4 of them, even though I couldn't spend them and everything. I couldn't spend the rare until I got it up to, it was either Patreon or Avenger. I can't remember which one it was, but yeah, it was Patreon on this one and Avenger here. So you can see right now I have 15 hours before I can make another pull. And right now, I'm going to need that pull to be able to make a full pull. So what I would do is if I was going to do this, I'm not going to do the junker because I'm got tons and tons of common right now. I don't need it. So what I would do is I would start here. I would take a ship with a very big cargo hold. You could probably use your NX-01. You could probably use your Talios up here. I would take one with a very big cargo hold because you're going to need. Let's go back in the faction store one more time. You're going to need 600,000 for the one chest. For a double chest pull is 4 million. And up this morning and before I made the pull in here, I had 21 million, and I've got that much left. And that's what you're going to have to do. And the same uncommon for me is the one I'm the most, and I've got enough for a single pull, almost a double pull. And for that, so let's look into how much of this I'm going to do to get a double pull. And I'm covered for tomorrow from what I did today. But that's not always going to be the case because you can see it uses a bunch and it resets it every day. So you're going to be, until you get to the point where it no longer helps you anymore, this is going to be I'm saying this is probably one we're going to be doing for the next 4 or 5 months at least. Because there'll always be officers in there that you haven't got ones for. And I wish they were to the way like those other ones where there is some research in there. I was hoping that would put those officers down there where you could use those tokens, but all it is efficiencies, which is okay, but it doesn't do what I want it to do. I felt gypped when I went ahead. Okay, is this the Explorer? Yeah. Okay. Hope we get some doctor in 7 and 9. See if we do. Come on. 7 and 9. Rest of them was probably ones I already had. Okay. All right then. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my Rotaran. I'm going to take my Rotaran. We're going to go in 56 space. And we're going to talk about crewing now. So let's change the ship. Right now I got the junker here. Let's go ahead and find the Rotaran. Here we go. I'm picking the Rotaran over my cube just because it has a bigger cargo hole. And I also got hostile. I've got some like see, I got Apex Bearer Forbidden Technology in it. What is the other one I have for the? And I also got Apex Barrier for hostiles on the Chaos deck. So this is the best one for that, because once we get in here and see, I'll show you why. We'll look at the hostile and see why Apex Barrier, Apex Shred's going to be so important. So first of all, we got to change crew. We're going to go loot crew. I'm going to take Paris out of there. I'm going to go below deck. I'm going to put him in here. Once we do, I'll show you why. His lower deck abilities increases Apex Shred against non-Armada hostiles up to 40%. That's huge. Also, I got the Doctor in for a loot boost, lower deck. And now we're going to go, let's see, let's go group. We're going to first find Picard. There he is, Jean-Luc Picard. We're going to put E. Picard there, Rachel Garrett right there. And then we're going to use the new officer, Carol Marcus, right here. Now let's go. I think it does have a thing where I can filter it. Some other options in here. Let's see. Cargo capacity. I thought there was one. Loot rewards. Here we go. So you've got various other ones that has loot rewards and different capacities. Now this one, like this one right here, he works on the Borg, so he wouldn't. No, he's good for the the nano probes. So doesn't really help you there. I never seen what she has for his loot boost. Decreases, okay. Increases power still, okay. We don't. That's our. Okay, so we're gonna look at these other. Now this one I think could help. Increases loot. So we could actually, if he was up a little bit higher, I would stick him in here. You know, I'm gonna, just for grins, I haven't been using him down here. Let's see who we're gonna get rid of. Let's get rid of E. Troy, even though she has synergy. Let's apply. We'll put E. Troy down here. This is gonna be an experimentation for me, guys, because I haven't been using him in there. Let's see what Dane. Mirror, okay, that's a Mirrorverse stuff. And you got to be in the gimmick ship. And I think she's just this one from Armadas. And you'd have to put her in the captain seat, and I don't know that her ability is better than Picard's. Let's look. And whoops. Put Picard back up here. Okay, so we're going to look at Picard. It's the same, but you get the synergy with Rachel Garrett. So Rachel Garrett has bright future 80%. And Carol Marcus is made just for these. Traces the 350%. If I can get her all the way to 700%. But looks like we're not. All right, so let's go. Okay, wait a minute. Let's go into that faction store. Let's see how close I am to tearing this stupid dude up. I think he's in the one DTI store. I'm close. Let's see if they left the cooldowns off of this thing. Oh, they didn't. Good. We could use this loot, tear him up a little bit. See, I was more upset that they did this. They took the cooldowns off of these guys more than I was the other stuff that all the other people was. Because I think if you got loot, you ought to be able to spend it whatever way you want to. So let's go ahead and bump him up just so get him a little bit more, give him so I could get a little bit more stats out of him. He was one I really wasn't all that in on when he came in. He was okay. So we got him at tier 3 now. And let's go into 56 space. So we'll go, I'll review the crew that we got on here one more time, just in case you missed it. Just coming into the stream. Okay, I've got E. Picard, Rachel Garrett, Carol Marcus, because Carol Marcus is specifically for this purpose. Loot. We got him for extra Apex Shred. We got him for loot, and all the, if you've watched me do these videos, you see that Vial, Chapel, BT, and Hugh are important in all my crews. So let's go ahead and get this. I don't like having this thing on here like that. Let's go ahead and reset it and apply. And we'll go ahead and we'll fly into 56 space and we'll check it out and see how good the Reteran does. This is all new. I haven't used this other, that letter guy in there. I just went ahead, because I was using the Junker a little bit in here, actually. But last run I decided he was a little bit too weak. I mean, I was getting 40 plus. I was getting like 40, but I had a stronger crew below deck than what this one's going to have. Because E. Troy's a pretty good lower deck one to pull off. I'm actually for this hostile, changing Paris for the new officer that has Apex Shred. It actually helps me for this particular hostile at least. So what I'm going to do here, I'm not going to hit anything first, so we can sit there and look at. I'm going to wait for the attacker to spawn. I'm going to lose him, and then we're going to look at We're going to look at the hostiles in the system, so you can get a good judge on how much of a loot boost I'm getting here. Instead of just normally I hit one right when I come in the system to trigger the dude in here. I'm just going to move around. Get in the middle, so it gives me a, come on, there we go. There's my attacker. Where's he at? Okay, he's up top right there. So let's take our Terran and go straight down. And we'll find him. And I'll watch my thing tick off. And I'm already, it's not even showing it. That's broke. Okay, now I push recall and stop. God, that lag's bad. And he's turned off. Okay, so let's find a we got another guy grinding in here, so I'm gonna have to wait till one spawns where he's not gonna get to it before I can. See, that's the bad thing about this. I don't like to grind in systems where lower players should be grinding in. So I'm taking up hostiles. He's taking my hostile that I need right now. So this is gonna skew the thing. Cause it looks like I'm not gonna be able to get a 56 off. 56 battleship. I'm going to have to fighting for them. Okay, so we got one here. So let's do the rewards. You see how little rewards we got there. I just passed one. Okay. So let's stop. And you can see we got a considerable amount more than what is shown up there. And this will go ahead, this will fill your cargo bay up pretty good. But the thing is, you want to kind of stay in the battle triangle. You don't want to go against it because it's going to cause more hull damage. And this is really the first time I've tried my Rotarian in this thing, so I'm kind of just going by ear. Because like I said, I've used the Junker. But last time when he's going after that one too, so we're not going to get there before him. Now we'll get this one. And we'll get that one if we can. We'll queue them both up. And we'll get this one down here. If he doesn't beat us to it, which he may. Let's look up here. Here's one. It looks like I'm not taking much hull damage. So we may be able to hit some of these interceptors just to get the hull full. And we can keep a count by right up here. So we've gotten 5 so far. Because yes, I could be taking a much bigger ship, but a lot of times most of those G5 ships have small cargo hulls. So if you're gonna have to come up here and down, you're gonna have to go down here and shoot down or aim down. You might as well fill your cargo hull as much as you can, so you don't have to do it again. But we can look at my thing right now, and we can see I'm getting a lot of rare, but I'm still the primary one that I'm getting. We can't help this. This is the large portion, but between these two, I'm getting almost 50-50 with a slight edge to the uncommon. And that's a key thing too, because like I said, once we go up a little bit farther, it's going to start leaning towards the rare. And that's okay if you're needing rare, but like I said, I want uncommon loot. The uncommon loot. I need to be able to make pulls from all 4 of them, but as far as importance goes, the uncommon is more important to me than the other 2, or the other 3 actually. And then the epic comes in right after that with the DeMarco and the other guy I was showing you. But you got to be careful with these. You got to make sure they're D3s and not a D7. Let me show you the D7. Here's the D7 that I stopped. Okay. So let's do, this is what he has to offer you. 90% chance at the start of combat to destabilize a player's warp core and instantly destroys a ship. And so you got 90 out of 100 times you're going to die on that one. Versus what these hostiles have is a bunch of apex barrier. That's why the shred officers that I was telling you about does so well against these. It also has isolytic damage as well, but the big key thing is the apex barrier. So that lower deck officer I got down there is really helping me out here. It's allowing me to use weaker bridge crew to, really, like I said, let's look at my Rotarian down there. I got minimal damage, and I've gotten about 15 of them. So it looks to me like, from just judging from other stuff, I might probably get over 100 of these. Where before in the junker, I was getting about 40, 45, somewhere in there. And I just did it because it had a bigger cargo hole, but I wasn't getting over the 3.2 million. I don't remember. I think I was going into 56 space with it. Now we'll see here once I get there. Will I get that much? I'm not going to do all that in the video. I'm not going to just let you guys have to sit here and watch me pop 100 of these just to prove the point. But I'm just going to give you guys an idea of how much loot that I just gained by using this loot crew. Versus, everyone has bonuses that they got stuff in the game that will actually boost it without putting these crews in here. But look how paltry this is, man. This is a joke. I mean, literally the officers that you can pull from this loop is worth this. Otherwise, you're making lemonade out of lemons for this damn thing, And like I said, it's obvious that this Mr. Tiger doesn't play this game. Because there's no way anybody that actually... Now I'm stuck. Okay, I push cancel to get it out. That's one thing about using that stupid artifact. It gets stuck a lot. Okay, let's go up here. Now I've got 2 people in here grinded for the same hostel. So what, guys? I'm gonna go ahead and just cut the video short here, and because I don't feel like doing this. This is why I don't like this type of thing that we all have to shoot down. And this is not even counting the people who need to shoot here. Okay, so I'm going to cut the video here, and like I said, this crew can help you out grinding, and I said that's the kind of strategy I'm going for. Is I'm trying to keep these things full, but you've got to go in multiple systems. And that's not even considering the rep. Let's find one here and see how much rep that you get on the rewards. 1650. Well, when I was doing my 68s, I was getting 3,400. So to get this thing where I need to have for my missions, I'm going to have to do 2 types of runs. One for rep, one for loot. And then I'm going to have to do multiple systems just to get the loot. So, yeah, this is maybe the worst grind it's ever been put in the game. So until next time. Okay, now I've stopped the recording for YouTube, and yeah, guys, this grind is bullshit. Just bullshit. Like I said, if I was CEO, they made me CEO of Scopely, Mr. Tiger gets fired 5 minutes after I sit down. Because he puts some of the worst content in this game. And like I said, it's just sort of like the Mirrorverse. The Mirrorverse, What's so funny about it is he puts a new ship in the game where, except for that one little section of Mirrorverse that it doesn't give you any bonuses for, you know. It's like, you know, I just, some of the content creators kiss his ass when they come on. He comes on. Maybe that's the only way he'll come on there, if you kiss his ass. I've heard some people say that, but he's literally, to me, he's put some of the worst content in the game. And even though Reb said no, it didn't have anything to do with him, his mechanics when they had the epic fail launch. But you know what? I know at least three of his mechanics that the game was freaking really broke after launch of the Ark. Really broke. And then there's never been one worse than this last one. And it has something to say because they had, and I think Mr. Tiger was part of this crew too for the, when we got the new base, the new pay base, I think base H or whatever it is, and we got the star base and the assaults. It broke the game for a day and a half because they rushed a fix because it was screwing up on something with the, and it broke incursions for months. And that's what I heard, at least. That was the reason why they couldn't fix incursions, because the way the mapping because of the new bases, you know. So I mean, one time's a coincidence, two times is three times, man, there's a problem. And then every time it ends up being his mechanics that ends up making the game, breaks the game every time. Well, man, I might get way more than 100. I was lowballing that. Because look at where I'm at, guys, as far as health. Might be able to get 150 of these. I know what ship I'm going to use in here from now on, though. And I got the FTs for this thing too. Got the apex barrier boost on here. So yeah, it helps working out. It works out pretty good for this system. Just for grins, let's see if we. Well, I mess up my loot. I was gonna say, we'll see how much high we can go with this bad boy. But no, I see that's a problem. You know, like I leave here, I'm screwing myself out of the loot that I want. You know, I'm still getting it, but I'm getting less of it. I'm getting more rare, and I don't want more rare. I want more. Someone said the 50 system that you get the most, which I tried that. I don't think so. Okay, let's look at this real quick. We're going to zoom down here and look. What the heck? I was hearing someone saying you need to go the 50 system here, but I did some runs. I thought I got more loot, uncommon loot here than I did down there. Let's see. Let me find a battleship. So 304 on, I think that's right, 304. So let's go down to 50. But when I was doing it the other day, trying to test it out, it seemed like I got better pull when I up there than I did down here. But I heard more than one person saying, "Oh, you need to go to 50 to get uncommon." But I wasn't experiencing that. You know what I'm saying? That was where, to me, where 56 was, once you go to 58, then you get more rare than you do uncommon. And that was where that's why I stopped there. because the junker could go up all the way up to 60. It wouldn't hit very many of them, but it could. Let's see. Well, yeah. That wouldn't happen the other day when I was in here. I can promise you that. Maybe it was part of when the freaking game was, because the game was not working right the first day. That might be part of the problem. Let's find this thing here. So I was wrong on that. But then again, like I said, the game was broke. And I was playing it anyway. Okay, now let's go. Stop. Stop. No, so I was wrong about that. Because I did like a run of like 5, and then I did it all the way up, and I know when I went up there, it was way more better for, but you're not getting any rare at all, which is okay. That's not what I want. I got plenty of that rare right now. Maybe when. So that looks like that might have to be, you might have to go 40, 50, 60. And then as close, high up as you can to get the epic. Because, yeah, I went up there. I started at 50 and see, because it was totally, it was just smoking. There was just way too many people in here. So I said, well, let me try to go up. And then I went up. And I go, oh, I'm getting more loot here. And then I go, oh, I'm getting more loot here. So I kind of settled at 56. And then where 56 came down, I was getting less, more rare. Yeah, so I can easily be able to fill the cargo hole probably with these. But the problem is, man, I'm getting crap for, let's see how much rep we're getting on each of these. 80, 800, 850 when you need millions, so that hurts. That really, really hurts on that one. Like even the 68s are pretty tough. Let's kick the jam back up. Am I playing anything right now? I don't think so. Okay.
Play on honor, we fight for the day. Over server 74. With my battlet still dripping with the blood of every freaking farmer. Oh, server 74. Your blood is on my hands. Your body lies lifeless in space as you run away. Glory to the Empire. Glory to the Empire. Glory to the Empire. I'm a killer of Starfleet, so Klingon bloodlines can thrive. Callous, we serve you. May you rule the universe. Oh, server 74, your blood is on my hands. Your body lies lifeless in space as you run away. Glory to the Empire.
I might have to
Glory to the Empire. Glory to the Empire.
Now that totally changes my spread, but
lost in space as you run away. Glory to the empire.
But if you wanted to dual,
Glory to the empire.
do it slightly heavier on the uncommon, that would be plenty.
Glory to the empire. Glory to the empire.
How much it was. I think I'm gonna try. Oh man.
Search for life. Wartime's running engines free. Shine straight to the nothing screen. Force fuels flames and faces fire. In the ashes we retire. Now the echoes of the past. And the west till the dead in the universe past. Chemical dispersing the dying, trapped in a forces forest fire. Galactic shadows casting fear. In silence we revere. We are phantoms of stars. Fighting battles we've come so far. In each target we fight our tail. Indecisive we will not fail.
Oh,
War realities may unfold. Stars dying, the truth is told. Shadows looking, the phantoms roll. In the silence we find our own. We are the warriors of the night. In the cosmos we seek the float. Through the echoes we claim our name. On the starship we raise the flame. That is
I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna come back here. I'm
get the lips we breathe. Quantum pulses, reflections burn. In the silence we all alone. Beyond the stars, beyond the sun. In distant galaxies.
I don't know if y'all heard that. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut the stream short. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna reshoot that video again, but first I'm gonna take a little nap because I gotta do some laundry tonight. Because I usually wait till nobody's, because I work nights anyway, and I gotta set myself up for tomorrow. And I'm gonna do some laundry tonight, and I'll play while we're doing that. All right. So I will see you guys a little bit later.